Will not be muted. Hello! Welcome to me having candy in my mouth. Enjoy that. Hi! Welcome to Sonic Stadium's talkover of Summer Games Fest. Here on Twitch or YouTube or both. Or both. I am GX. You may also know me as the Spin Dash. You may also know me as Chris. You may also know me as that weirdo over on the Discord who doesn't shut up. All of those are acceptable. And we are here today to, figure out what is going to happen at Summer Games Fest. To be clear, I know nothing. They wouldn't tell me. Even if they knew, I don't know. But I figured it out. I figured it out, people. I know what's happening. I know. So, what I've been able to deduce is that there is going to be between 0 and 20,000 Sonic games announced. I don't know the specific number. Don't hold me to that. But I have narrowed it down to that range. I am expecting Sonic the Hedgehog 7. I'm expecting Sonic Colors Ultimate. I am expecting Sonic Frontiers Adventure. All of these things basically not confirmed. Definitely not confirmed. But probably confirmed. This is all maybe true. Possibly. Maybe. But to get down to brass tacks, yeah. Hey, so Gummer. Summer Games Fest is, we'll say, a spiritual, well, it's sort of become a spiritual follow-up to E3, whether or not it can actually, fulfill that. We do know that Sega will be there in some form or another. We don't know what exact form yet, because there's supposed to be an RGG Studio presentation that's later this month, around the 15th, 16th, something like that. But Sega's on the list, and Atlas is on the list. The stuff that we know is coming out, that they would probably behoove them to show to some extent, is Sonic Origins Plus is going to be this month. We believe that the second major wave of the Sonic Frontiers roadmap will be this month, if they're actually going to release it in the same month as, Sonic's birthday, because it has a birthday event in it. Sure. And also next month is Sonic Prime Part 2, whatever you want to call it. It's going to be a busy month for Sonic. Plus, all the IDW stuff, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We just had the announcement of, hey, next year, there's another toy license that's got it. We have had long rumors of this stuff is, there's a very good chance this stuff is coming to I almost called it Jazzwares. The toy line, the toy company. The toy company. Jakks Pacific, that's what I'm thinking of. So, it's the weird thing of hey, we probably should have gotten a Sonic Central at some point in this general vicinity, because we had one for 2 years. And I can tell you, last year, they had a lot less we knew of a lot less of things that they had to announce than we know of this year. So, hard to say. I'm trying to think of how much money I would actually put on, what would be here or what. I don't know, my ideal, small announcement would be a port of, Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing Transformed for Switch, and up-res to other consoles, and I don't know, just general cleanup. But, like I said, that's just a small announcement. I don't know. Couldn't say if there's anything new. There'd be something big that's new. We certainly have other staff members who are, keeping an eye on this just in case something happens. But they are, quite busy right now, so let's leave it to the video guy to just come over and do some video stuff. So, hi YouTube, hi Twitch. I'm keeping an eye on both. If you have things that you are interested in or would like to, say, hey, I'm expecting there to be Sonic Adventure 3, and they're gonna announce it today, then, I don't know, you can say it in chat, and I can say, hey, I recognize that person saying that thing. I disagree with it, but I recognize that it's happening. You've got 6 minutes. So yeah. I'll be real. My onus for doing this is not because I think there will be a Sonic announcement, or I don't think there will be a Sonic announcement, or somewhere in between. Quite honestly, like, I'm just looking forward to Summer Games Fest and getting a bunch of announcements. There's a lot of, it's the kind of thing where since we know how things are split up right now between there being the Microsoft event and the Capcom event, and, Devolver doing their Devolver thing, and just have everything spread out like that, I'm not expecting the big announcements. And I'm also not here for the big announcements. I'm kind of looking for what's going to be like the second tier or third tier of that. Like, I'm hoping for high-end indie games. Well, how do you define indie anymore? Things from, I don't know, studios at the scale of Annapurna. Like, that's kind of what I'm expecting to see more of. Let's see a bunch of Embracer Group here at the presentation as they go through their weird financial issues. And honestly, there's been some stuff that's been announced, like, around the edges that I'm surprised wouldn't make it to something like a Summer Games Fest. I think the biggest one would be the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge DLC. That seemed like it would be on the scale of something that would happen on this. But also, I believe this might be as long as 2 hours, if I understand correct. And, yeah, I can understand why. I guess, I can understand if it's already got that much. For it to be that long, I'm thinking it probably won't be wall-to-wall trailers. But at the same time, like, if you remember what last year was like, Keighley came out right away and basically said, hey, let's manage expectations. Just don't expect it to be a massive thing. And that was the time when, oh boy, was that... trying to remember if that was if E3 was canceled last year, or if that was the one that was all online and absolutely miserable. I'm thinking that was the one that was originally canceled. But he's not saying the same messaging this time, and unless he's either being inconsistent about it or, just trying to, I'm hopeful. Got 2 minutes and 54 seconds. 53. 2. Just the rest of the stream is me counting down. So, hey, while we go ahead and wait for things to begin proper, and let me turn on some audio to make sure audio works. If you at home have opinions about how our audio levels are set, please let us know over in chat, and we can adjust as needed. So, as always, hey, this is part of this is a stream that is, broadly part of Sonic Stadium. Oh, right, it's gonna be one of those. Well, I hope you don't mind a couple ads that are, part of it. As well as this ad that I'm about to give. We are part of Sonic Stadium over at sonicstadium.org. You can check it out for Sonic news, forums, opinions, Discord chat, YouTube videos, which we will have more of. Speaking of which, I might as well go over some of the stuff that we are planning to do going ahead with our video content, because I have largely been on hiatus making video content for the past 6-ish months. But we are working to bring things back in June. We have a couple things on the docket that should be fun. We're going to be continuing the Sonic Talk podcast, which has not gone on hiatus, but, a little weird there. We will also have stuff like Almost Every Sonic. Sega Sonic Radio will be returning. Some of them with changes, some of them, mostly the same. We've got a new show in the works. It is called Iconotrash, and it is going to be a series about delving into the world of mascot games, the dark, seedy underworld. We will also be continuing a podcast that was only sort of released as a pilot a few years back called Knothole Book Club, which is a reading club for the original Archie Sonic series from beginning to end. Still pretty early in the beginning. So I hope you enjoy. Look out for more information for that coming up soon. We've got 20 minutes until we begin. Summer Games Fest 2023 with Twitch Drop. So hey, this is very true. If you are in a position where you might be affected by these things, please take them seriously.
Please welcome to the stage the creator of the Game Awards, Jeff Keighley.
Oh no. They found the person responsible for the Game Awards. Stop him now! Don't let them continue.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Summer Game Fest. We are in person, and today we've got
We're
a look
underwater,
at what's
apparently.
next in video games for you. We are live here in Los Angeles at YouTube Theater, and it feels so good to be in person with a live fan audience for the first time ever. Welcome, everybody. When I started Summer Game Fest back in 2020 from a spare bedroom, I never imagined it would grow into this. Today, the video game
I never imagined E3 and the ESA would screw up so thoroughly that it would allow my show to become what it is today.
Discover a new game to put on your wish list. The landscape of video game events has certainly changed over the past few years, but one thing hasn't. There are a lot of great games in development, and our singular goal today is to get you excited about
Just see one person waving.
In just a few minutes, we'll see the first extended gameplay of Mortal Kombat 1.
Okay, yeah,
It delivers,
hey.
Don't worry. Alan Wake 2,
violence warning,
the reveal of Fortnite's
specifically
next
for that
season.
one, for Mortal Kombat 1.
We do have a very
We will not be
special
going
grand
offline for that.
finale
It will show on the video.
You're not going to want to miss.
Be aware, if you're going
I'll
to
say
be off
right
put
now.
by gore, that'll be a good time to
Let's
check
get
out.
right to the games and gameplay. The first reveal is something you're not expecting, which makes it that much more exciting.
Okay.
Here we go.
I like not expecting things. Hey! It's some sort of prince. Possibly from a location.
Our kingdom.
And he's in 2D this time.
The prince has been
Not that
kidnapped
he hasn't been 2D before.
taken to a forbidden land. All hope rests with us, the
That's-
immortals, to rescue him
Wait,
and
what?
save the empire.
Wait, hold on.
We
Did he just
weren't
say the
prepared for
immortals?
What was coming next?
Wait, no, this isn't. Is this Prince of... No, wait. Hold on.
Then again, they weren't prepared for me.
I'm going to stop guessing what this is until they give me a name. I mean, it's stylish, I'll give it that, whatever it is. The more time I'm seeing this, the more I'm thinking, no, this is not intended to be a reimagining of Prince of Persia.
These times of darkness, hope is the only thing that keeps us fighting.
I'm guessing this is going to be another in the Immortals Phoenix Rising series? No, it is Prince of Persia, okay. They threw me off because they explicitly referenced, us Immortals. I was like, isn't that like their...
There's a little surprise. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown is coming in January 2024. A brand new action-adventure platformer in the iconic series with deep combat, some huge boss fights, and of course, incredible
it looked
platforming,
solid.
puzzles and animation.
It
bringing
looked like a
modern
decent,
take on the legendary
you know,
franchise. You'll be
2D
able to see
platformer.
more
It's
at
just
Ubisoft
certainly an
Forward,
unusual
streaming
take on
Monday
it,
as
but...
part of Summer Game Fest. All right,
Sure.
let's move along to another
Especially after,
iconic video game franchise.
it sounded like
that just
their other
celebrated
remake
30
for
years.
it kind of
That's right.
went
It's time
into...
for Mortal Kombat 1.
Content warning, once again, I will remind you, you will see the insides of people.
It has been 4 years since MK11, and ever since, Ed Boon and the team at NetherRealm have been hard at work on the most ambitious MK
It's
yet.
so hard to
It
believe
reboots
that
the
it
series
actually
into a
has
new
been
era
4
timeline,
years.
and it's
It
coming
doesn't
this
feel like...
September.
have they...
Everyone has been asking, what does it
Have
look
NetherRealms
like?
had
Who's on the
anything
roster?
between them?
How do the new cameo
'Cause
fighters
I know
work? Well, now
for
it
a
is
while,
time
people
for
were really
combat. No
unsure if, like,
spoilers,
they
this
would...
video is literally insane. Here is an extended...
It's literally
first look
insane.
at the
Not figuratively
story,
insane, literally
gameplay,
insane.
and yes, of course, the fatalities of Mortal Kombat 1. Let's do it!
Oh, the worst kind of fatality. One where you knock someone down the stairs.
I have had enough of you. Then go before I put you down. Fight.
Some nice animation.
Today, you have proven worthy of joining us. Come, there are other champions I must gather.
What do you want?
Getting the team back together.
It's my family blade. Sento's mine, and I won't give it up without a fight.
The real answer is I actually know very little about Mortal Kombat. For the most part, but I sort of know... Oh, that's a fatality. I sort of mostly know by way of... Oh, Guy in business casual, not doing particularly well here.
Enough. Okay, let's go back to one here. Who are you again?
Lord Liu Kang, protector of Earthrealm, god of fire.
Okay. I'm just enjoying the this part of it. But yeah, I'm not someone who has much in the way of experience with Mortal Kombat, but I spend time, we'll say, watching and listening to people online who are. So. Oh, hey! Hey, Knuckles. Actually, if you wanted to pop on, you are more than welcome to. I don't know if you have the ability to or not.
If your disease becomes known, you will be banished. I only want what's best for you.
Or do you secretly covet my throne?
Or do you have... Are you gonna be busy? Are you gonna be busy taking care of stuff? Oh, okay. Well, I hope it goes well. What? What was that? What was that? What was that move? Did he stick a flashlight in someone's... What? Oh, he said the thing. He said the get over here thing. Okay. I mean, that looks like a Mortal Kombat. Yeah, that's definitely a Mortal Kombat.
I mean, that was pretty good, right, guys? Now, I'm sure you have many questions about what we
Where
just
would be
saw, and to
a
tell
good
you
place
more,
to start
I am
for
so
a
honored
Mortal
to welcome to
Kombat,
Summer Game Fest one of
if
our
you were
industry's
interested?
greatest creators, a man who has been loyal to the same franchise and fan base.
I bet you could
for more than
probably
3
go back a
decades.
couple
Please join me
games,
in
considering
welcoming
that they're
to
built
Summer
off
Game
of, like, the
Fest,
single
the
player.
creator of Mortal Kombat, Ed Boon!
Now watch as we disembowel him on stage.
They love you. All
For
right,
your
well,
entertainment.
First of all, thank you for that.
I would
incredible
love
world
if he
premiere. We
just
got to
had
see
like one
all
of
the
those blood
gameplay
packs
of
and
MK1.
just
Everyone
broke
wants
it
to
while
know
on
about this.
stage.
First of all, this is
Just
in
ruined
it's
it.
MK1, right? Went
Just
from 11
destroyed
to
the
1.
shirt
Tell us
he's
about this.
wearing.
Is it a new timeline?
Yeah. I don't know how many people have seen the ending of Mortal Kombat 11. Liu Kang basically was kind of graduated into, like, you know, a fire god, right? And he created a brand new universe. And this universe, this is why we're calling it Mortal Kombat 1, is because this
No,
is
you're
the
calling it
beginning
Mortal
of a new
Kombat 1
timeline.
because it's a very
A number of
funny
these
name and a very
characters you've
stupid
seen
name.
before, but they're
It's
told in a completely
the
different
perfect
story.
name for it.
So, Sub-Zero and Scorpion are brothers now, and there's all these things that were rivalries before are now allies, and so mixing the whole thing up. So we're just kind of rebooting, and that's what the 1 is for.
Well, it looks incredible. Everything we saw there was, you know, in-game gameplay, the cinematics.
Ed
looked
Boon
incredible.
explains
It was
numbers.
4 years
I
ago.
would
The thing we
watch
gotta
his
talk
TED
about
Talk
are these
on
cameos,
numbers.
because we saw some pretty amazing stuff there. Now, so tell us, how does that work? You obviously have your sort of your main, you know, character that you'll pick, and then I know you also have a separate kind of cameo menu. So you pick sort of a pair when you start the game.
Yeah, normally in a fighting game, you'll see a roster, basically, you know, where you select your character. After you do that, there's a second roster of characters, which are a whole new.
You
completely
see,
different
have you
fighters
ever
that are
played
fighters. These
Marvel
fighters
vs.
actually-
Capcom? Basically
they will
any of
join
them,
the
because
fight,
if you've
but
played
they're
that at any
flank
point, then you
spreaders.
will
Yeah, so it's
fundamentally
kinda like
understand
imagine
how
yourself
this
with
works.
Sub-Zero, but you have some of Jack's moves, and you can call him out. You can do it multiple times as you.
Oh, okay, it
gameplay,
does
you know.
impact your
So
moves,
you can
though.
you can
Fair
basically
enough.
combine these two characters. All the characters can be combined with all the cameo fighters, and that's where you see. That's where the player's kind of imagination comes in, and they can actually customize it for what they like seeing.
Okay.
The best team ups.
Well, so how does that work? So you're in gameplay, you have your main, you have your cameo. How do you summon them? Is it time-based? Like, how often do they come into? It's not a tag team thing, right? Where
Yeah, exactly. And you're basically summoning them. It's just one button push is basically summoning, but they have a variety. So you can go, you know, push that button with towards, and it'll do a different move. Push it with down, it'll do a different move. And so the combination.
Oh, I see. So you can bring them in a combo. Almost.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. And
I love the
so- and
TV
you-
just
there's like a
mounted
meter
there.
up on top,
That's a good
which is
addition.
That'll limit it, so you can't obviously fire them indefinitely, but you can call them pretty much whenever you want, and they have, you know, like in the middle of a combo, they'll have a lot of you know, basically a whole arsenal of their moves. So Sonya, you saw come out there. Sometimes you'll see them appear twice in there.
I'm guessing it has a lot to do with just disruption.
revealed some of them there.
Like,
but
it seems like that would be very useful in that way.
Cameos? Are there some repeats from the main roster? How will that work?
Yeah. Some of the characters are going to be available as cameos as well as the main roster fighters. You can play Sub-Zero with Sub-Zero, right? You can play. You can.
That was actually going to be my first question. Can I have a main character be the sub-character?
Kind of like nods back to our first game. So you'll notice Sonya and Kano and Jax are in their kind of older costumes. And so there's a lot of that novelty. We have a lot of like really surprise ones. I think you guys saw Goro.
Yes, Goro popped in there.
Yeah,
Yes, exactly.
So there's a lot of like kind of really digging into the old Mortal Kombat games as far as getting, we really love the novelty of it. We really want the cameo characters to feel, kind of nod to the old games.
We really like the novelty of our series built on massive amounts of gore.
Confirmed, I think, or it's at least known that Jean-Claude Van Damme is actually going to be in this game as Johnny Cage, right? Is that true?
Yes.
That was, people don't know the story. I mean, Bloodsport was such an inspiration for Mortal Kombat, so he finally is now part of it?
It's a huge first full circle moment. You know, the first Mortal Kombat game, we originally wanted to be Van Damme, the video game, and that never really worked out. So I can't tell you how many times over the last 30
I want to see Van Damme, the video game.
We were this close.
I want to see that game.
And so finally we got him. And
I want to be called that as well.
Wow. So you're going to hear Jean-Claude, his voice doing Johnny Cage lines and stuff like that. We're really excited about it.
Wow. Well, I know the team has been working so hard in Chicago to build this through COVID, and it's coming out in September, so we don't have to wait long, right?
That's right.
So,
This has been a
to be
very
clear,
good,
was Johnny Cage the guy
secret
dressed in business casual before that was fighting in the very fancy house?
Could not be more excited in terms of getting players' hands on it.
I'm guessing it
throughout the summer,
was.
we're gonna
He
be
just.
showing a lot more.
I'm used to him having like the glasses
a lot more
and.
cameo characters. So there's
I don't
a
know.
lot of reveals that are coming up.
Amazing. Well, Ed, thank you so much for giving us the first look at MK1. As you said, this weekend people will be playing it, press and media, so we'll be seeing lots more.
Oh, okay, cool.
Lots more
At the
characters to
show.
reveal on the main roster and cameos. Ed Boon, thank you so much. First look at Mortal Kombat. Awesome. Thanks so much.
It's
Amazing.
been pretty good
So
starts
excited
thus
about
far.
that one. All right. Next up, it's been a fun couple weeks for action RPG fans with the release of Diablo 4, which is
Been a
truly
fun time for
fantastic.
action RPG fans
Another
because
big
every
hit
game
this
is an
year
action
for
RPG now.
Is Path of Exile 2 from Grinding Gear Games, who have faithfully been updating and patching the original PoE since its release in 2013. We haven't seen anything on the sequel in over 2 years, but that changes right now. Here is your first look at a raw gameplay capture from Path of Exile 2, a sequel that pushes the engine and gameplay to a new level.
Push that engine. Push that gameplay.
Where are the gods?
I've certainly remember seeing the first. I remember this. Maybe I don't remember. I don't remember what I don't remember. But I need to check. In time fact checking to see if I know what I'm talking about. Because I cannot promise that I do. No, I would remember that logo if I saw that. No, I'm pretty sure I would recognize that logo. That's a logo with some Doctor Who music.
Looks amazing, and there's more coming in July. Last week marked the release of Street Fighter VI, a game we featured last year at Summer
I know
Game Fest.
a lot of people have been
Instant
enjoying that
Capcom
lately.
has an important update to share with you right now.
We've changed it. We've removed the game. We're re-releasing Street Fighter V. Wait, what? What? Okay. Wait, what? What?
Advanced artificial intelligence, Leviathan.
Wait, what? What?
Welcome to Bikitoa Island.
Wait, is this the dinosaur? Yeah, this is the dinosaur reigning game. Why does Robot Ryu have a gun? Why is Ryu there and he's a robot and has a gun? Why is Guile there? Why is Guile going to kill the dinosaur? Wait, what? I'm very confused. What? Chat, do you have any explanation why Ryu and Guile are robots now and going to hunt dinosaur simulations?
That Street Fighter Cross Exo
Please help.
will launch in the fall with the game coming out on July 14th.
Please send data and
But
information
guess what, guys?
and
That
explanations.
may actually not be the craziest collaboration on the show today.
You're lying! Ryu was a robot! Look, I know we're gonna have Nick Cage in Death by Daylight, but that's not crazier than Ryu is a robot fighting dinosaurs with a gun. Admittedly, it is very crazy. It's very unusual.
That's right. Nicolas Cage is coming.
I don't know what you're going to do with Nicolas Cage in Death by Day or Dead by Daylight, but now if Nicolas Cage was a robot and he had to fight dinosaurs with a gun,
This man's bold creative choices have earned him an Academy Award and a few memes on the internet across more than 4 decades of incredible films. Please join me in welcoming to Summer Game Fest.
I've heard
Nicolas Cage.
I've heard Nicolas Cage has opinions on the bees. I do want them to please explain in what degree he is going to be in this.
Nick, I gotta say, welcome to the video game world.
Oh, wow, yeah, thank you. I'm so happy to be invited to your very, very cool club, everybody.
Finally, I mean, I gotta say, this is such a crazy, unexpected collaboration. I gotta understand, how did this come about? I mean, some people be like, oh, maybe he'll show up in Fortnite. Maybe he'll be in a Hideo Kojima game. But Dead by Daylight, I mean, how does this happen?
I would like to have Nicolas Cage in Fortnite.
Right? And
I don't want one Nicolas Cage. I want like an entire season of Fortnite dedicated to individual Nicolas Cage characters. And everyone can sort of, you get the season pass obviously, but then you unlock each individual Nicolas Cage character as you go through.
Museum of Horror, Michael Myers, you said all these different characters all coming together. And you play yourself, or who do you play?
so I play this heightened, exaggerated version of a film actor named Nick Cage. And he's going to a location thinking he's making a movie, and instead he wakes up in the fog.
Oh, I was hoping Nicolas Cage would be the monster.
Serial killers, and it's rather amusing. And there's something about it that I think, as a survivor, is like a bonding experience. It's a bit
Wait, is it like
hide
Three
and
Monsters
seek.
versus Nicolas Cage or something?
Survivors with you, and it's teamwork. You're working together to pull.
Are you
through,
all
and I
Nicolas
like that.
Cage?
And so that was a large reason for wanting to do it as well. That
Oh,
feeling
it would
of
be the
bonding
best
with
if like
friends.
all
You're
if
fully in for this. I know we heard
if
your
the
voice,
player
so
characters were
recording
Nicolas
lines.
Cage and then the monster character was just the
I want
monster,
you
but
to
they
know
were
that
all
I'm
Nick.
playing the Nick
Or
Cage survivor. I even have, when you're choosing your skins, I even say, always remember to dress to match your talent. I want you to know that you're with
So you
me
could
on that
have-
one, that we're fused.
So you
it's
could
important
probably
to me that
have
everything I
multiple
do,
Nicolas
everything I
Cages.
say, from the scream to the grunt, down to the most minimal, exasperated expression of a sigh, whatever it is, it's my voice, so that we are fused.
All right.
I'm good. I'm glad to know that I can be fused with Nicolas Cage.
So fun. This game is
Isn't that all we've
such an
wanted?
awesome kind of-
Let's be honest, chat. This is what we've all wanted. We've all wanted to be fused with Nicolas
Do you know
Cage.
much about the video game
Somebody
world?
very important in my family is a Dead by Daylight enthusiast,
Okay.
and that really put the hook in, ha, pun intended. See, Dead by Daylight to me was an opportunity to branch out. I've never been invited into this space before.
Yeah.
I'm always looking for new adventures. So this to me was like, wow, I can make a whole new audience, meet a whole new audience, and branch out and go on this Dead by Daylight adventure. I didn't say, it took me nothing but a split second to say yes. And speaking about split seconds, what excuse me, what I noticed.
I'm also going to be in the racing game Split Second.
Allergies. What I noticed was that every move you make when you're doing this, when you're in the gaming space, it's timed down to the split second. It's a very immersive experience when you're acting out in this space, because every move, every grunt, every sigh you make has to be timed perfectly.
Nicolas
with
Cage,
the
please,
gamer's
please,
moves. So that was
please
something that I
continue
learned
to
from
tell
this.
me
I'm
about
always
the
looking to
grunting.
learn
I need to
something.
know more
We love having
about
you in
this
the video
grunting.
game world. We want to see
I
Nick Cage in
need
more games.
details.
Thanks, guys.
Maybe examples, especially something that could be, you know, audio isolated for future
Nicolas
use.
Cage, great to see you, man. Awesome. There you go. Lock it in. Now, for all of you who want to play Nick Cage in Dead by Daylight, the chapter officially comes out on July.
For all of you who
25th
want to
on PC and console.
extract his
The PC
character
players
model
can try it earlier
for
next fall
side
and play your test
projects,
build
possibly
live
some
set.
on
Here's
Source
an
Filmmaker,
exclusive first look
that
at
you can also
Nicolas
get it by
Cage
that
in
point
Dead by
too.
Daylight.
Ooh, that is a worse for wear Nick Cage.
Damn right I made it.
Sure. Is what it says on the tin.
Goes here at Summer Game Fest. All right, thank you very much, Nick. Now, lately we've been seeing an incredible number of video game adaptations. But back in 2019, The Witcher on Netflix, inspired by the Witcher book series, showed the potential of well-done adaptations. And later this month, Season 3, Volume 1 arrives, and now it's time for the world premiere of the trailer, introduced by Henry Cavill and the cast.
Okay.
Hello, Witcher fans. We are all gathered here today to share something with you.
Be sure to tune into The Witcher Season 3. Volume 1 Volume 1 debuts on June 29th, only on Netflix.
Get ready to watch the world premiere of our brand new trailer for Season 3 of The Witcher.
Thanks for tuning in to the Summer Games Fest and enjoy the trailer.
That was a choice to intro with that.
It won't get you a statue. But it'll certainly help in keeping you alive.
This is a series that I've meant to play, but
Neutrality has consequences too.
just the anxiety of getting into a big game like that is kind of, you know, made it not a particularly big priority.
Deeply worrying.
Everything that's happening. It's all connected. And she's at the center of it.
If war is coming, there is no hiding her from it.
Oh, I love The Last Airbender.
Are you?
See, now I have to, the problem is now I have to call it The Last Airbender because of Disney continuing the Avatar series.
History has a way of repeating itself. The dangers we've seen foretell an even more menacing future. For the first time, I understand real fear.
We're witches.
Is that so?
I'll never get over how cute they look for monsters. And they're like, no, please don't hurt me. And then, wow. Fangs. Just like a boatload of fangs. All up in your business.
I like how they list the cost of the plan in the trailer. Just to remind you, you could buy this. It's only $7 for a month. You could get it Netflix. You could be watching it right now. Okay. I'm listening. Floating skull made of ghosts, okay. Are those the witches that they were talking about in the prior trailer? Are you going to crossbow them? An early access launch, okay. From Epic, or is it on Epic? Wait a minute. This is a PSVR 2 game? They have those? I didn't know they made games for PSVR 2. I thought you just bought the hardware and got to play Beat Saber. Look at all these guns that you can see in your VR headset.
Let's go.
That one doesn't play to me too much. Am I ready for the next era of OLED gaming? That screen might be too wide. That screen might be too wide. Just a bit. Like, I'm trying to think of actually having a window open on that, and unless it knew to split it into, like, 3 parts.
Everything. For all time.
I'm waiting for the Samsung OLED where it's round, and it's so wide, it just continues to wrap around you 180. And it's just one continuous monitor.
No turning back after this. You sure?
Apparently, I have scored a drop on Twitch. I don't know what that means. What is Twitch dropping on me? I don't care. Huh. I looked away for a second, and then I looked back, and it's like, oh, this is a strange thing. I kind of dig what this is doing aesthetically. Okay, I'm listening with giant living ball of something that I fight as future cowboys? Huh. Going to have to look.
All right, we have much more Summer Game Fest to come, including a first look at the gameplay of Alan Wake 2, the world premiere of the new season of Fortnite, Call of Duty Season 4, and maybe a few
Should
more
I be playing Remnant?
As we go through today's reveals, use the hashtag gaming on TikTok to react to the news. And we want to welcome everyone co-streaming the show
Don't
live
tell me
on
what to do,
TikTok,
Jeff.
Twitch, YouTube, and other platforms. For those of you on Twitch, we also have a special Warframe Twitch drop, a free Steinax Warframe for watching more than 30 minutes of the show. Now, speaking of surprises,
Don't know if I should be playing the original Remnant.
is set to return later
That
this
other
year
one
in
looked
a
pretty
brand new
good.
game built from the ground up in a style that I think is going to get this fan base and longtime fans of video games very excited.
Wait,
Here's
what?
another Summer Game Fest global game announcement. New thrills with a classic feel.
Oh, hey! Okay. Hey, wait! Hold on! You guys saw that, didn't you? I'm not crazy, am I? Well, snap! You weren't lying when they said, no, we're still gonna do classic Sonic stuff. No, this is, this is classic Sonic stuff. Oh, hey! We have all the 3D models. We actually have a 3D model for classic Knuckles now. Is it multiplayer? Huh. I don't know what to make of this. Quite honestly, it looks nice. I like how it is aesthetically. Wait, what? What just happened? Let's see. Trying to figure out if they give any information. Oh, you tease. Oh, that's... Wait a minute, that's this year.
How about that? A new standard for 2D classic Sonic that's bound to appeal
That's
to
this
new
year.
Legacy fans alike. This past April, Honkai Star Rail launched, and as you're about to see, the game is bringing an exciting new character to space fantasy RPGs. However,
Okay,
we don't
so
just have a new peak for current
if everyone's
players,
alright
but
with it,
also for those
I'm gonna
awaiting
go
the
ahead
game's
and
release.
talk over the train waifus a little bit. Maybe turn down... We'll turn down Hoyoverse a little bit. So yeah, that's a game I was not expecting. Number one, I was not expecting them to have something ready at this point. I figured... You figure we had like roughly a 5-year span between when we had Sonic Forces and then when we got Sonic Frontiers. Plus, in that time, we also had Sonic Origins and Sonic Origins and Sonic Colors Ultimate. So what I was expecting, maybe they might try something still in the broader, like, actual 16-bit style, because if they were going to do something like that, then that would probably be the easiest to just get up and going. There were certainly the rumors of, like, oh, they're working on something on the engine, which, like... It seemed like a suspect rumor to begin with, but then I wasn't expecting them to just go like full on Sonic Generations. That was definitely somewhere between Sonic Generations and a Sonic Lost World. Aesthetically, it went a lot more wild. It felt a lot more... Turn this back up because I'm... This seems like a weird one. I feel like we've seen this before, but now I can't remember. Great. Corpses on the Ferris wheel. That's some good imagery. But yeah, that looked good. That looked very good. It's sort of going to, it's really going to be reliant on the feel. The feel of it is, because, you know, Sonic Team developed games have struggled with, trying to really capture how that, but at the same time, they could also make a game that doesn't necessarily have to feel like classic Sonic in the conventional way to still, you know, be a decent game that has classic Sonic, we'll say. I know that's probably going to be controversial to say, in the Sonic fan community that, like, hey, a game that evokes classic Sonic doesn't necessarily need to have a perfect feel like classic Sonic to be decent, but I would say, you know, Sonic Lost World got
Nice landing, but
reasonably close. Yeah, it got close enough to still, you know, be good once you got through its once you got to grips with what it was doing in terms of mechanics. That its level design made up for some of its shortfalls.
PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. Check it out and prepare for the release.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch that later.
It's time for the reveal of a visually stunning new game based on a classic manga with a story and
visually stunning based on manga. I'm listening.
All time. This is one of those games that I feel lucky we get to reveal for the first time here at Summer Game Fest, and I think you'll be pretty
about manga with a visual style that is stunning. Okay. Okay. We got... Okay. Gee, I wonder whose style... Is this... Okay, is this actually... Is this in the... I'm trying to remember what the name of this series is of his. Is it Sandland or something? What is it called? It's an odd song to pair with this. But it looks decent. I like the idea of getting to beat things up and then go in a robot. Yeah, Sandland, okay. I knew what it was called. Just locked right up in there. Thank you, Shonen Jump subscription. Looks like that one is not... I did not see a Switch logo. Unless I missed it.
Sandland, get ready to become an unlikely hero in an adventure where you don't need to be human to save humanity. That's coming from Bandai Namco, and we're excited to see more of it soon.
I mean,
independent games are such an
there's a lot of anime games coming from Bandai Namco. You'd be hard-pressed to find one that isn't.
Stay tuned for Day of the Devs from iam8bit and Double Fine with some incredible indie game reveals. Now, one of the biggest independent publishers is Annapurna Interactive. And later this month, as part of Summer Game Fest, they'll be revealing a number of ambitious new projects.
Okay.
Let's see how many you can figure out in this little tease.
Let's look at some ambitious projects. Do we get some more look at Thirsty Suitors? I'm certainly interested in anything that Annapurna wants to put out, for what it's worth. They're not, like, they don't always come out with things that are consistently great, but they do have a lot of things that are interesting. They are definitely consistently interesting
Wonder what that
publisher.
Was at the end. We'll find out later this month. All right, next we're stepping into the world of Throne and Liberty, a free-to-play PC and console MMORPG from NCSoft and Amazon Games with an always
free-to-play
massive scale PvP,
a free-to-play massive scale PvP game. Let's talk about Sonic Superstars for a while. Hey. While this is going up, let me see if I can find a trailer and we can watch Sonic Superstars again, because I don't want to be too dismissive. Actually, you know what? This does not look bad visually. I was expecting from the art there something a lot more, Okay, this is closer to what I was expecting. Now, what of this is in game and what of this is just CG? Because we've been looking at CG so far. Oh yeah, they already have a trailer up. Let's see. Okay. We're going to put you on mute, game whose name I already forgot what it's called. And we're going to tab over to this. No, not that. Different thing. Let's watch a thing again. How's that sound? Okay, we've got an Emerald, an Emerald Hill that they're comparing it to. With it looks like that's not necessarily a previously existing location on the other side. Wait a minute. Oh, I thought it was Robotnik on both sides. No, it's Robotnik. His greatest invention yet. A sign that's Robotnik on both sides. Sonic can never complete the level. It's ingenious. Well, we've got grinding in Classic. Some people will be upset about that. Yeah, aesthetically, this definitely has, like, Lost World vibes, to me personally. Looks like the characters do have their, associated abilities. They can transform into octopi. That's as you do as a Sonic game. I mean, I'll be real. Like, this is, broadly speaking, the type of thing that I would want from a Sonic game. Not anything where it's like, oh, we have this big, epic mission to save the world and learn about amazing lore in the past, which, I just kind of want something where it's like, here's a big, colorful world with, sign up at SonicSuperstars.com for an exclusive Amy Rose skin. That's mildly worrying. If they are going to have a lot of, we'll say, cosmetics DLC, but I don't know. SonicSuperstars.com. What am I missing over on? I'm missing I am definitely not. I am missing streamers talk about a game that isn't a game that I care about. That Microsoft ripoff of the like whatever it's called, beat 'em up multiplayer fighting game. I don't need to see that. What have we got here? Coming fall 2023, we can watch the trailer. Hey guys, what if we watch the trailer? I might like to watch that trailer. We've got an Emerald. We've got Sonic holding an Emerald, classic Sonic. This seems like a new, like, 3D model associated with this. It's been a while since it felt like we've really had a new classic Sonic 3D model. They've used the older one for a while. Adventure through mysterious North Star Islands in this all-new take on classic 2D Sonic high-speed action. Knuckles, if you're going to jump on, go ahead and just send me a message in Discord when you would like to. Harness all new Emerald powers to move and attack in new dynamic ways. Navigate gorgeous, never before seen environments solo or up to 3 other players and stop Dr. Eggman, Fang, and a mysterious new adversary from converting the island's giant animal The island's giant animals. The island's giant animals. I'm gonna bring someone else into the call here. Start voice call. If it's going to cooperate with me. Is it gonna cooperate? And is that gonna cooperate? I'm trying to call. Let's try to call again. Can you hear me? Knuckles. 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 The island's giant animals. The island's giant animals. I cannot emphasize this enough. The island's giant animals. The animals, they're on the island and they're giant. Are you with me? But he's going to convert them into badniks. That's not good. That would be a bad thing, wouldn't it?
Through for me to see the stream with you, or what?
It's called Twitch.com.
Ah, okay.
So there's, in fact, I should probably check on things. Alan Wake 2. I am actually legitimately interested in Alan Wake 2, but let's talk about this. So there's a new spin on a classic 2D... There's a new spin on a classic, the 2D Sonic high-speed side-scrolling action platforming game you know and love, and reimagined with fully 3D graphics, new powers and abilities, an all-new setting, and new ways to play. You've never played classic Sonic like this before. Alex.
Yeah, it looks like news. It looks like new Sonic Brothers.
Oh, yeah. Can I bubble up? Can I throw one of my cohorts off the edge just for kicks?
I mean, I hope so.
You can play as all of your favorite characters: Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Amy Rose. Nobody has any other favorite characters beyond that.
So this does technically mean that the rumors I had been hearing regarding this game were completely wrong.
Oh,
aside from there being a new 2D game coming, because
supposedly
this is supposed to be like a modern, featuring modern characters and Shadow.
No, I mean that was the existing one, but the skepticism I have about some of the rumor mongering that has gone on,
yeah.
But hey, we have you know what we have? You know what we have? You know what we have?
What do we have?
We now have a 3D model of classic Knuckles, which we have not had.
Was he not in Sonic Origins?
No, not to my no. In fact, it was very unusually conspicuous that he was not in Sonic Origins on any of the little island dioramas.
Well, that's pretty cool.
There's also an Amy Rose 3D model now, but apparently we knew that she was going to be on the islands there in the new DLC for it. So we now have, yeah. It's you know what's weird? You know what's real weird?
What's real weird?
Having a co-op multiplayer focused Sonic game. That's real weird to me. If you think about the way that Sonic games in the past have run and how co-op multiplayer has worked between Sonic and Tails, the answer is poorly. What you do as the main character is
a single player game.
You lose Tails immediately, and then you just keep running until he runs to catch up. I'm curious how they're actually going to manage something like this.
Well, from the looks of it, it might be online only. We saw that the screen was focusing on a single character, and the other ones were popping off the screen and such.
That's certainly a possibility. I'm trying to. that would make sense for that. But also, like, you usually do that, though, so that you, like, even if it's not a visual issue, you would still do that for, you know, practical gameplay issues, so you don't have, like, one character who's just, like, hanging out at the beginning of the level and doing nothing. I don't know. Maybe the leader the camera focuses on, and if anybody gets lost off the screen, they just magically pop in.
So as I was watching the trailer, it was interesting because it's like it's not just classic Sonic gameplay. Like there's all these other power-ups and stuff. There's a moment where all the characters turn into like squigs, and like there's at least like one fully 3D. There's like one fully 3D special stage. It looks like Sonic is like grappling across through an area.
And then they have the non-3D special stage that looks quite a lot like Sonic 1's, only hopefully much more playable. Yeah, it looks neat. It certainly wasn't something I was expecting. It certainly was not something that I was expecting this year. It's surprising that they had that many projects just sort of coinciding with each other.
Yeah, I mean, like I said on Sonic Talk, Sonic Team has 400 people. Apparently, like only about 60-ish were working on Frontier. So I'm guessing they're like back to having multiple teams working on games simultaneously.
I suppose I mean, you figure, I kind of went into this earlier, but you figure that we had that, like, 5-year gap. And obviously they weren't just sitting there doing nothing, and it certainly doesn't feel necessarily like Sonic Frontiers, whether you like it or not, doesn't necessarily feel like a game that took 5 years to make, unless, you know, something went weird in development, which there are rumors
Sonic
that
Frontiers, we know that they were prototyping it for a while. That took them a while to figure out the kind of game they wanted to make. So, like that's what took that one so long. With Sonic Forces, apparently they were building a whole new engine for most of that. So, like, I guess we're just simply seeing the fruits of all that work.
It seems so. Like, we knew they had the Hedgehog engine too. We knew they were using it for other projects. Things like Puyo Puyo Tetris, which was another game that I have a hard time figuring out, like, which teams in Sonic Team are working with which things, because Sonic Team's name is certainly on Puyo Puyo Tetris 2, but I don't know, is that also...
no, they do actually work on Puyo Puyo.
Okay. I thought that was... It seemed like the case. It's just hard to really get a firm grip on that. So, I don't know. You figure it's probably... You have that. You have the Sakura Wars use of the engine. Yeah. It makes me wonder how long this particular game was specifically in development then.
Well, going by some of the rumors that we've had, this game was like in development for years and then went on pause back in 2021 and then re-entered development after Frontiers came out. So, okay, so Sonic Superstars is going to be $60.
Okay, that's going to make some people complain. It's like, well, you're making a classic. Not me either.
I paid $60 for Metroid 5. I'm good. Like, 2D games can be $60 if they are like, you know, if they're like big proper games, and this one is. All right,
we're assuming it is at least.
Some twittering while we're talking. A spaceship thing is happening wait.
A Space Marine is happening.
Every time I see a spaceship on a game thing, it's always, it's a strategy game or a first-person shooter. It's never, oh yes, we're doing
it's never it's a shooter based on a strategy game. You got best of both worlds here. Get you some Ultramarines. I'm curious. What is the maximum extent of your Warhammer 40K knowledge, Knuckles?
Well, I watched some lore videos on YouTube.
Cool.
So I'm aware of the Eternal Empire and the clones, and everything is terrible, and like there's this race of aliens from another galaxy that are like going to eat everything.
That's more than I expected, I'll be real.
And there's also space elves. I don't know what their actual names are. And there are also space orcs.
You could tell me anything right now and I'll believe you. You could tell me that Nicolas Cage is a central figure in their religion, and I won't argue with you.
I cannot believe he is going to be in that game.
Yeah, that's, I like the idea of hopefully 4 people all having the Nicolas Cage skin, and it's just all Nicolas Cage. I just wish that Nicolas Cage was also the monster. That you could skin it, that everyone could be the Nicolas Cage.
Okay, let's see, so...
My potatoes!
The game takes place on North Star Islands. Okay. And, enormous creatures and evil planes await.
I kind of like the look of this.
This looks gorgeous.
There's a lot of good sprite work going on here.
Like, I have one concern. Which I will get into in a minute, because I need to tweet this out. The game takes place on...
Beautiful indie game, yes, Your Grace, Snowfall. Now it is time for another global game announcement, and this one comes from the minds of Saber Interactive.
Don't forget to tell them about the big animals.
I'm about to. A place full of enormous... I spelled enormous wrong. Enormous animals. I added an extra U.
Tell me about the animals.
And chaos powers. Let's see. Do we have a logo in here? Oh, we do have a logo. Lovely. Well, it's a small logo.
I am watching Discord go, you know, nuts for as well as our Discord normally goes.
Man, there's like a
what is going on in this trailer? John Carpenter's Toxic Commandos. Okay. I don't.
Is that like Toxic Crusaders?
I don't believe so. They're killing zombies.
Oh. Okay.
And singing "You Give Love a Bad Name."
Ah, heck. TweetDeck just reloaded on me. I have to rewrite the goddamn email.
Don't get me wrong. This looks like it at least has an attempt at identity, but the problem is it's an attempt at identity that I've seen a lot of other games attempt to make with varying degrees of success. We've already gotten the sort of goofy hey, we're just killing a million zombies type of game. I'd be curious what this actually brings.
Tons of fun. You guys think any of those zombies made it? All right.
Let's see what we've got going on in the thing,
release of
in the
Baldur's
staff
Gate 3.
channel.
And today, a new member is joining the cast. We're about to see the reveal of Lord Enver Gortash, the commander of a mechanical army of Steel Watchers. He's a second antagonist and is voiced by a familiar name.
Brand new Emerald powers. Okay.
Wait, did
So what I'm wondering is, will there be other characters in this? Because this does seem geared towards towards multiple characters.
So we know this much. They are offering a special Amy Rose skin for people who, I guess, sign up on the website or something. And
there's also that. I should note that.
So it's more likely that you won't get more characters, but you will probably get, like, I don't know, make it look like this. Who knows? Maybe they'll say, hey, you can make them look like the modern one, or some nonsense like that.
Friends, allies, to my side. Let us usher in.
But this is really cool. I'm so happy that they are turning Classic Sonic into its own sub-series, essentially.
Yeah, it's not bad.
This is what I've been hoping for so long.
Do we ever get the 3D Classic Sonic game? Or do you think that's a bridge that they're ever going to be willing to cross? That it's Classic Sonic, but you play with
What would be the point in a 3D Classic Sonic game?
I don't know, to have it be Classic Sonic and be 3D and hopefully have people be...
Oh, okay, so Naoto Oshima is designing a brand new character.
Yeah, they're supposed to be like a third, we'll say antagonist character.
Oh.
That isn't specified yet, because we know of, we know Eggman, we know Knack, and then there's a third one that they say they're not telling us about. Would it be Knuckles? It's probably Knuckles, isn't it? That would fulfill the triple trouble, would it not?
Absolutely.
I mean, Knuckles is kind of already in the game as a good guy, unless this is like past Knuckles that you're talking about.
He'll be Knuckles, but he'll be slightly pinker than you're used to, and that's how you know he's the evil one.
There may be more.
There are more.
Two main ones, but we have some new art to show of, we obviously, Craven, we got the reveal.
Oh, we got some Spider-Man stuff.
A bit about him and how
neat.
Do you have a PS4 or PS5 yet?
Oh, yeah, I'm surprised you forgot. I've had a PS5 since last July.
Okay.
I talked a lot about it on Sonic Talk.
I couldn't remember if you got the PS5 or the Xbox One X, or do you have both at this point?
I have both now.
Okay.
I got the Xbox as a Christmas present back in December. Okay, let me make sure I spell
there's the Venom.
correctly.
We have a Venom.
Okay.
We have a Venom, and he has many teeth.
For decades, I've been spelling Naoto Oshima with one H when apparently it's two.
It is not Eddie Brock.
Okay.
It is not Eddie Brock.
Okay.
They are confirming Venom is not Eddie Brock.
Something you haven't seen in the comic.
Then who is he? Oh no, it's not Peter Parker. Okay. That's weird.
Who is Venom? You have to play the game to see how it.
He's telling us we need to play the game.
Okay.
Do we need to play the game?
Obviously, the symbiote is a big part of the gameplay, and one of the
okay. So one person's buying it. So I tweeted out the price. One person's buying it day one. Another person says for $60 is
live data
2 hours. And another guy is saying, I'm not going to eat curses, but
cool.
You gotta be kidding me. This better be a Frontiers length game with 17 levels.
It won't be.
Right.
I will promise you it won't be.
Amazing level design, perfect physics, as well as ton of animated cutscenes.
Good job, Sonic fan base. You're doing God's work right now, and completely putting out really unreasonable expectations. Hi, Human Blaze the Cat. Welcome.
Being able to use the web wings to traverse at speeds way faster than they were before is really awesome.
hugely ambitious.
But I would be
game
shocked if this didn't have DLC for other characters at the very least.
I don't think I'm not convinced we are going to get other characters because like they gave us the ones that make sense. Like what are the other characters that do you think they're going to give us? Like at most I could think of well maybe Mighty, maybe Ray, but really not much more beyond that.
Oh yeah, but Mighty and Ray are still new characters.
I guess. Like I'm more inclined to think that they will give us more skins. And then I think the community is going to put in whatever character that you want to have in there. Because that's what they do. Because that is what they do. If you want to be however the community wants to interpret classic Blaze the Cat, there will probably be a mod for that. In fact, there will probably be 2 competing mods in Sonic Hacking Contest.
I would love for there to be I would love for there to be a thing where they make classic versions of all the modern characters. Like that would appeal to a very primal aspect of myself.
It would be funny. It would be funny. I just don't think it'll happen. I don't think Sega wants to. I think they're happy keeping the 2 brands fairly separate. This looks weird. Okay, Pal World is... This looks a lot like Pokemon. Like, this looks...
Pokemon.
This is very... Okay, this is the,
This is literally Pokemon. Wait, yeah!
Is this the parody one? Yeah, this is the parody.
This is the
okay.
One where, like, you use the Pokemon as, like, slave labor and they have guns.
Okay, I remember this now. I was wondering, it was like, this is suspiciously artistically like that. I forgot the name of it because at this point we've had many things that want to be Pokemon. I lost track of which thing that want to be Pokemon this one was.
This looks like it's just literally this looks like a Pokemon fan game.
It sure does.
From what I saw of Pal World years ago, the designs at least look more like knockoff Pokemon, or
they sure do.
Pokemon.
There's a lot of things in there that are like, I know which Pokemon this one is actually based off of, and they are not hiding it in the slightest.
But now this literally just looks like Pokemon. This looks like Monster Hunter. What the heck?
That was my first guess. I don't think it's Monster Hunter. I think it's that. I think it's that. Is this that monster, that demon-like Monster Hunter-like that I'm trying to remember who is putting out? Oh, I'm trying to remember. Because this went on as like an early version at some point earlier where it's like humans versus
Okay.
No, this is a different game. Never mind.
According to the release, this game, Sonic's movements, physics, and controls feel familiar and appeal to recent and legacy fans alike. So that would appear to be confirmation that they're at least going to try to make this feel like the classic games.
Confirmation that they will try. Beautiful. Wait, this is a Middle-earth game? What is going on with... I guess the Middle-earth group just kind of wants to get in all ways that they reasonably can between this and, Gollum. Gollum.
Yeah.
I think I saw 3 distinct playthroughs of that. Of people playing it. It doesn't... This... I don't know. I don't know what to make of that. It looks like not... Like, I don't know if you call it tower defense, but... And a reminder of things that are on Game Pass. Play more of these Game Pass games on Samsung devices. You don't need a console, but please buy our console. Oh, we're no longer underwater in Game Fest.
An exciting new mobile game from a legendary franchise.
Okay, tell me about the exciting new mobile game. Wait, what? Wait, what? What?
That looks like Sephiroth on a cell phone.
We still don't know Sephiroth. Oh, okay.
Huh.
They chibified it. Okay, yeah, they okay, they did something like this for Final Fantasy, what's it called? Final Fantasy 15, where they made, like, the oh no, this might even be different than that.
Okay, so Sonic Superstars offers local 4-player co-op.
Okay, so I know there's the joke of, like, well, you have the in-game and then you have the out-of-game, but this one might be too jarring. This might be too jarring between what is in battle and what is out of battle. Because look at this! Look at this stuff! And then look at the tiny chibi overworld nonsense.
Huh.
What is going on here?
I don't know what this is supposed to be. I admit I'm only half paying attention right now.
I'm just baffled. You see, I liked whenever they did, like, the full chibi version of 15. It meant it was like, hey, we could get it on Switch. I was hoping, like, I was hoping this was just going to be, what if we did the Final Fantasy remake and then just made everyone chibi in it, and unfortunately that is not what this appears to be.
Get a free burrito when you order from Taco Bell using the code GameFest. Plus, get the chance to win a Final Fantasy 16 prize pack. DoorDash.
Why would I want DoorDash to get me Taco Bell? That sounds... I can do better than that. If I'm at home, I have ground beef and I can make tacos.
Wouldn't be a Jeff Keighley thing if he wasn't awkwardly shilling for something.
That's all he ever does. That's the only thing he does.
Death to the dead.
Okay. Don't know. That's...
We are banishers.
Yep. It's all tracks.
We end suffering for those who live. We bring closure.
Have more of this man who looks slightly bewildered and sad. And then have some people who aren't him do actiony things.
I want to live.
The Emerald Powers sound interesting.
Did they give indication of anything, or is it just like...
Well, we saw some of it in the trailer. So, like,
what is considered an emerald power?
Of yourself. You can use it to climb waterfalls.
That's considered an emerald power?
What? Oh yeah, those were emerald powers.
Okay.
I'm guessing that as you collect the Chaos Emeralds, the game will, these abilities will unlock.
But are they Chaos Emeralds? Maybe they're different emeralds.
They're the Chaos Emeralds.
Aw.
The press release says 7 Chaos Emeralds.
You ruined my desire to be mysterious.
I'm
you ruined all of my fan theories with your actual facts.
I'm a little surprised the cooperative seems to only be local.
It is?
That's what the press release says.
It's not going to be online?
I mean, like, that would be really weird. Like, that's a Nintendo move.
I mean, it would be.
Sega.
Hey, we got a new Like a Dragon game.
Neat.
Or something from the Like a Dragon team. It is probably Like a Dragon, since the Like a Dragon team has not made a non-Like a Dragon game since Monkey Ball, and I don't think this is Monkey Ball. I would love if it was Monkey Ball, though. What if you make a Monkey Ball Like a Dragon game, where the fights have you go inside of a ball, and you have to basically hit all of the, street punks with the ball to knock them off.
I mean, I don't know. It just sounds like that would probably work. That'd probably work in Yakuza. It could be pretty goofy. Ooh, that's colorful. So I guess Kazuma Kiryu's back, huh?
I think so. Yeah, that's a Kiryu. No, it's not a Kiryu. He doesn't have a name. Never mind.
No, that's Kiryu. I don't know
No,
why
it
he
says
doesn't
the
have a
man
name.
who erased his name. He doesn't have a name. But if you
Ooh,
pre-order,
he
you can
erased
get
his
these characters
name.
who do have names.
Oh, hey, look, it's your favorite character.
Hey, it is.
That guy with the eye pack.
It is. No kidding. I'm wearing my my Majima shirt right now.
Adjusting morning wake up. Good morning. Just stand.
Base to capsule 12. Come in. You there, Stan? Green across the board. Looks like we're good.
Why can't I find the official Superstars website? That's weird.
Definitely a leak here, Tim.
I'm honestly surprised they had it here, because we do know there's going to be an RGG event later this month. But I guess you're going to get more eyes here if you can get them.
There's going to be what next month? Oh, right. You're
This
talking about Ryu Gatuku
Yeah.
or whatever.
I can never say it right, so I just say RGG Studios.
Yeah, the website says
My American
you can
mouth.
play through the entire campaign with up to 3 other players with drop-in and drop-out 4-player local co-op.
Okay, so that suggests that it probably won't be online if they're saying it's not on, or if they're not explicitly saying it's online. So
yeah, that's surprising.
It is. It's unfortunate. I imagine, if I'm real, I'm probably gonna get it on PC. So if we wanted to do it, we probably still could through remote play.
Ooh, yeah.
That'd be good.
Well, there's a new Call of Duty coming this fall.
Do you think I wonder if we could I wonder if my internet connection, and I have a decent internet connection, but I'm wondering if my internet connection is going to be good enough that I could remote play to you.
Yep, it's all happening. Check it out.
And maybe Jason.
Oh, hey, look,
And
we
maybe
get Call of Duty news.
While also streaming it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've got a pretty good connection. I don't know about Shigs, though.
This is Vondel. An all-new urban playground. That's not a playground. It's just a bunch of buildings. Don't tell me it's a playground. It's not even a swing set. But there are giant men who are probably equipped to take out giant animals. I'm not gonna stop being obsessed with that. That robot.
So I'm guessing that part of the gimmick is going to be that the giant animals are being used for like giant badniks or something.
That's what I think he's making them into. Is going to turn them into giant badniks, which I think that's why there was the giant fish. I think. But I'm also used to. But like the reason why it's funny to me is because number one, they're always like just the small animals. Like, they're animals that are, like, much smaller than Sonic and Friends, because they're the dinky little... Oh, it's Flicky, it's Pocky, it's, the other ones, whose name I forget. There's probably others that I can't remember. But now they're just giant animals, and he's still going to turn them into robots.
I mean, what else is he gonna do with giant animals?
Well, I mean, generally speaking, you could build robots that aren't piloted by animals.
So part of my question is...
But I like the fact that he's still trying.
Did Ian Flynn write this? Is he gonna have, like, a writing credit on this game?
Oh, that would be funny. It would be funny.
He apparently wrote Sonic Origins, so...
Sonic Origins does have, like, actual, you know, small cutscenes and stuff, but... I am curious, is there going... that brings the question, will this have a story? And will its story be pivotable? Pivotable.
The press release does mention a story.
Is the story important to the canon, and how important to the canon is it?
Porsche Xbox Series X. These custom consoles are not for sale.
Chat, how canonical is Sonic Superstars? I need to know now.
Make sure to stay tuned.
Is it the most canonical or the most canonical?
To get your hands on these
Vote now
consoles.
on the poll that we don't have.
Next, Phoenix Labs are building the next great entry into the cozy farm sim.
Can't we do polls on Twitch?
No, we're not affiliates.
Previously announced for Nintendo Switch, there's now some exciting news. For
I actually could do polls on Twitch because I have software to do polls on Twitch. But that's okay. Take a look at this game that definitely does not look like My Sims.
For a second there, I thought that was Animal Crossing.
That does not look like Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing has a distinct style.
I said for a second, but now I see it's full of people. And those aren't the animals from Animal Crossing.
Don't get me wrong. This is a genre that I would be into. I just do not care much for the aesthetics of this one. Those characters look bad. Oh, I like the idea of this, but these are not good-looking character models.
You mean like the giant walking cannon thing?
No, I mean like every person that's on the screen right now.
I don't know, the people look...
They look bad.
I guess.
No, it's a bad aesthetic. It's so generic. It looks like an attempt at... It looks sub-Xbox avatars, and there are a few things in this world that are sub-Xbox avatar.
So according to Discussing Film, although they are apparently sourcing someone else, Universal and Illumination are reportedly closing a deal to make a Legend of Zelda movie.
Best mobile game. Seems like you've been very busy.
Okay.
Excited about the Spider-Verse
I mean,
content you've been doing. Lots
it'll
going on.
happen when it happens, if it happens, but... Sure.
Oh, more Marvel Snap.
And some new game modes. Yeah.
Yeah, new game. Is that a segue, Ben?
Certainly, yeah. I'm
Okay, I'm pretty sure I'm done tweeting things.
Cool.
And
are you going to tweet about Marvel Snap now?
No. Why would Sonic Stadium tweet about Marvel Snap?
Because everyone's talking about Marvel Snap.
But you don't have to wait till next week. If you haven't tried Marvel Snap, go download it right now on your mobile device or early access.
Man, Sonic Stadium's just all about Sonic Superstars now.
Apparently,
You're made for YouTube. All right. Well, we heard
apparently,
with you for a
Sephiroth is now trending on Twitter. So that's something.
Well, of course he's on Twitter.
Help me out here. Is there a meme I missed where everyone is turning their names into first letter and then ... Because we have SSF991 who's doing it over on our server on the staff side, and now there's someone else doing it over on the Nintendo server that I hang out on.
I am not familiar with any sort of meme like that.
Ideal hand of cards here, but that's fine. I'll see what I draw in future turns.
Although I know you love memes, so I'm surprised you don't know.
Each player destroys their deck.
Okay, I guess I will work with what I have. I'll play Medusa on the
This is probably for someone. I know. I mean, I know who this voice actor is.
I'm just glancing over. I'm not seeing anything.
I'm trying to figure out, like, this seems like a bad way to present this game.
Clover Dangerfield. Why does that name sound familiar?
Just wait. Let's see the next location.
I don't know. Oh, it's... I mean, they would all be, like, related to Marvel in general. Would be.
Oh, wait. Is Marvel Snap a physical card game now?
No, I think he just printed out the cards in order to, you know, make this joke video.
Oh. Would you play Marvel Snap if it was a physical card game?
Probably not. There are a lot of physical card games I don't play.
I guess you don't play Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh, I do. There are plenty more card games than just Yu-Gi-Oh, man, that I do not get or do not.
My nieces were so into Yu-Gi-Oh. They really wanted. I think my younger niece really wanted this. You know those things that like they wear on their wrists? So
what is it called? Dueling disc.
Yeah, she really wanted a dueling disc. My brothers were like, "No, it's like $60, $70. It's too expensive, and like, what are you going to use it for?
Cosplay. That's the beginning and end of it, cosplay. Because you can't reasonably play a
They
game
do
on it.
actually, like my older niece, actually no, they both do like the cosplay, at least to some degree. So
There you go.
But they weren't doing it at the time.
There are plans these days for like 3D printing one if you've ever wanted one like that. But no, the one I would want to get into is there is like a, we'll call it fan-made fan adjacent, we'll say, version of early access begins this summer, but to what?
Wayfinders.
Oh, okay.
You remember the fall,
But
descended
to...
on Skylight
I'm losing my train of thought here a lot.
and paid a terrible price.
There's a living card game that's based on, like, futuristic hacking between hackers and, organizations or, like, companies. I'm trying to think of what it's called.
Well,
And
what now?
I am just going to search for...
Man, this is such a gorgeous
hacking
game.
Card game.
Sonic Superstars, I mean, not Wayfinder or whatever is playing on the stream.
Not hacker card game. Netrunner. Android Netrunner. That's the one I would like to get into. Or the
So
fan-made spin-off of it now that Fantasy Flight is no longer publishing.
So that's a living card game, you say?
It is called a living card game. A living card game is a term used where they still come out with new sets as a collectible card game does, but instead of, just getting randomized packs, you basically get a pack that you know what comes in it, because everyone gets the same of it. So you just, keep up with the latest releases and build decks out of that way. It still has a whiff of the, well, we need to maintain this as a industry, but it's not quite as, bad as, well, you're just going to get random assortments of crap.
I figure it's the one time I don't go out of my way to make sure I'm available for a Keeley thing.
I think I like whatever is on the screen right now.
Is the
Space
one
Trash.
time
I might have to check out Space Trash Scavenger.
Is the one time there's an announcement that's actually relevant to me. So, like, what is this, like a space junk? The Enterprise. Okay. Are they space junk clearing for the Enterprise?
I think this is a different game.
Oh, okay.
I don't think the Enterprise was the weird chibi space junk spaceman.
Well, I only started paying attention halfway through. I guess it was all like, okay, looks like a space junk clearing game. Oh, are they like the Enterprise? Is this like a Star Trek tie-in? Because like these smaller indie games are like tying into these massive IPs all the freaking time.
No, but what I would like is a... What if we got a Star Trek version of Heartbreak Shipbreaker?
Is Picard Day an actual thing now?
Is what?
Is Picard Day an actual thing now?
Wait, what?
They just said they're showing more of the Star Trek game on Picard Day, June 16th. Oh, it's Will Arnett. Okay, anyway, sorry, I talked over you. What were you saying?
No, I'm just trying to process everything else going on here. And now I am also trying to process why there is a movie or series based on that PlayStation Combat Racing game.
Wait, this is a Twisted Metal trailer?
This is a Twisted Metal trailer.
Oh my god, why are they making a movie based on Twisted Metal?
I don't know.
Why does it have Anthony Mack in it? At least I think that's his name.
I have no clue. I'm very confused why we're watching Sweet Tooth beat him up in a casino. And not, you know, involve car combat.
I mean, look.
Also, he pressed his face in there very gently, but you could hear the glass break.
Oy.
Like it with the beat go. Baby, let your booty go. Girl, you want to show?
He is pressing you can tell how gently he's pressing his face, and yet they have the graphics like all of this glass is breaking.
So what you're saying is Anthony Mack isn't properly selling this being painfully pressed against the casino machine right now.
No, I'm saying Sweet Tooth isn't. I'm saying he should be pressing him harder.
Well, if he presses him harder, maybe he hurts him. I don't know. You gotta be careful. Wait, this is a TV show?
It's on Peacock.
It's a Twisted Metal TV show on Peacock. Jesus Christ.
You can tell exactly how Peacock is doing based on that alone.
Peacock has had one really good show. And it's called Poker Face. Excellent. Like, the first premium TV thing they've put on was all like, oh, wow, this actually makes Peacock worth having. This does not give me that feeling. Oh, hey, Hades.
Is it?
I think this is Hades. No, I thought that was the lady from Hades, but that's not the lady from Hades.
I don't think this is Hades 2.
Yeah, no, that's definitely not the lady from Hades.
Well,
thought she was one of the Furies.
Yeah, they have announced they did announce a sequel to Hades.
Yeah, that's why I thought this was more Hades, but no.
But it's, yeah, combine with yourself. Oh, that's how you combine with yourself, by actually having there be a second. Let's just call it what it is now, based on how many copies that game sold. This is a game with Guiji mode. Lysfanga, the time shift word. Okay, I can understand the idea then. You create time copies.
Very cool independent game. All right, next up is a brand new.
You really sell it, Keeley. Really sell how much you care about this cool independent game.
Immortals of Avium. It's fast and fluid. It's an FPS in a fantasy setting, kind of like Doom with magic.
Oh, that is a terrible name on multiple levels. Number one, you can't read it.
It's also, like, at first glance, just looks super generic, but I don't know, like...
Oh, number one... No, yeah, it looks generic. The logo's awful. Look at that logo. It's so tall, you can't read any of the letters.
I can read the letters fine.
There's like two M's in a row, and they're all vertical lines.
Yeah, and Immortals of Avium. I can read it. It's not hard.
Fast-paced. There's so much action in it.
I've seen some really garbo logos over the last few months, but I would not say this is one of them. This is just kind of meh.
Why is one M fine, but the other M is disconnected from its first line?
Rat is what he was.
I don't know.
Yeah, during a intense trauma.
I am watching this on one iPad with a single micro earbud in one ear. Then I'm like talking to you and Discording on another and tweeting on another iPad.
I'm doing similar.
Really high production value game that's coming out this summer.
I never thought I would have this much utility for two iPads, and yet here I am.
Which is a gameplay sequence, which is one of the most epic sort of parts of the game, right?
Yeah. So this is a wild part.
Oh my God! They're actually showing. They're actually going to show some gameplay. I'm being mean. Like, I think that this thing is actually. I think they've actually shown a lot more gameplay compared to the last Summer Game Fest I forced myself to pay attention to.
We're battling on top of a 400-foot mech in the middle of the ocean.
Thank you, someone on another server I follow who just typed 5 vertical lines and then the word Wordles.
Thank you.
So when are they going to announce Switch 2?
That's a guy from Power Rangers, right?
What, Power Rangers? No, that's the lady from Firefly.
No, the guy in the helmet.
Oh, I don't know. I just know that lady I'm blanking on her name. She was in Firefly and she was in Suits.
Welcome aboard, Immortal. What's our bearing, sir?
North by northeast.
You know what though? You know what though? You know what
Tina
though?
Torres.
Knuckles. You know what?
What?
You know what? It's not a Sonic Super. I already forgot the name. Sonic Superstars.
How do you forget Sonic Superstars?
I don't know why I forgot Sonic Superstars. Because it seems so. There are so many games that Sega releases that are like something stars. We have Sega All Stars, All Stars Racing. We have Sega Superstars, and for the iToy, it's like I have to second guess myself. It's like, is that the actual name of it? But you know what about Sonic Superstars though?
You know, this game doesn't look terrible.
It looks fine. Has a generic name. All of this fantasy stuff in it doesn't really do a whole lot for me, but it's cool watching your arms move around.
Yeah.
I would love to jump out of the first-person perspective there and see how that's actually represented on the model, because I bet it's insane.
Oh, it's probably looks goofy as heck.
Oh yeah, you like it. If you've ever seen what does Portal look like, but without it being first person and just watching Shell's legs move in deeply unnatural ways. But no, Sonic Superstars, you know what it isn't.
It isn't
$70.
a racing game.
It's not $70.
No, it is not $70, but $70 would be a bit of a stretch for a game like this. Like I said in Sonic Talk, my expectations for a $70 game are very high.
Your expectations for what a $70 game now would be like what a $60 game was around the time that games started to become $60.
Well, when games started to become $60, the $60 games were, at least they could be groundbreaking, like massive next-gen experiences. But, you know, this game, it looks fun, looks gorgeous, but it also looks like Sonic, like I said, Sonic's new Sonic Mario Brothers U, or whatever.
I'm all here for that.
Which looks really good. Like, honestly, looks better than New Super Mario Brothers U.
I mean, I would say
Visually.
it looks more like a 3D Land version of Sonic. Without, you know, it being 3D. But like, you know, okay, so you know the 3D world aesthetic that they put in Super Mario Maker 2.
Yeah,
that's
it's very
what
reminiscent of that.
Yeah, it's like that.
Summer Game Fest is debuting the cinematic trailer to preview the season.
Well, it's that thing that Luffy's supposed to be in, but I think it's only been rumored so far.
With ancient secrets to discover. And of course,
Well, show me the Fortnite. I somehow escaped actually meaningfully watching Fortnite content for basically since launch. Like, I have never really watched a stream of Fortnite at some point, and then whenever I'm guessing Indiana Jones will be involved, considering that Disney movie's coming out.
Yeah.
Whenever I watched the launch stream for crud, what's it called? Remap Radio. They effectively that was effectively the first time I saw Fortnite for real, and it was like, oh, this looks really sort of just okay.
I don't know, my brother really likes it. Shiggs really likes it.
Like, I look
really
at what it's
game.
doing aesthetically, and I think, I don't know if this is doing that much more than like a Team Fortress 2 back when I played Team Fortress 2 in the early 2000s. Oh, hey, there you go.
As I understand, like the big hook. Oh, whoa, hey.
Are you going to be playing Fortnite now?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Look how tiny he is! Look at the tiny...
I mean, Optimus Prime can't be huge. Like that would break the balancing of the game.
Yeah, but it looks so dumb. He's so tiny.
That is
I
weird.
love
I'm
the
gonna have
tiny
to show this to
Optimus
my
Prime.
housemate.
He's so small. He's so small. I love it. Like, is
So-
Optimus Prime, you're used to Optimus Prime just having the massive chest and then the hulking arms, and this just looks like a skinny dude Optimus Prime cosplay.
To present this game. What you're about to see is a world premiere trailer that gives us a new look at an expansive
Oh, it's a deep
world
honor, huh?
we can't wait to explore again. This game comes from a studio that surprised the world and redefined
Okay.
the RPG genre with its iconic characters and rich storytelling.
Okay.
I want to thank
Oh,
them for
Elden
this
Ring.
trailer for one of gaming's
Oh,
most
yeah, it's Elden Ring, yeah.
upcoming
Hearing him talk about it, that's Elden Ring. That is the hell of Elden Ring. It's gonna be the
I
deal.
guess it's not
Wait.
too early for
Oh,
them
no,
to
it's
show
not.
it
It's a trailer for Final Fantasy.
Oh.
Okay.
Huh. I mean, this Final Fantasy 6, I guess, like we do with lots of Final Fantasy games. Wait, is that from the end of 7? What the hell happened to Tifa? And all the main characters, apparently. Barrett. Okay, I never actually got around to playing this game. They all get, like, hit a terrorist attack or something?
Well, I mean, I don't know. At this point, I'm almost hesitant to even explain what happens in 7 at that point. But okay,
I
it
know
looks.
that there's
looks
one
like they're
platform I'm aware of where they drop a piece of city on top of the lower city and it kills a bunch of the secondary characters.
I'll hold off on anything beyond that right now.
All right.
I'll give people a chance
Yeah,
to
this
sort of
looks-
figure it out.
This looks neat.
It does look good. It looks like
I need to beat Final Fantasy 15, and then I need to play old school Final Fantasy 7. Then I need to do the remakes.
You probably don't need to beat 15.
No, I want to beat 15 because that's the first Final Fantasy game I played that didn't bore the hell out of me.
Okay. You mean Road Trip Bros?
Yes, I love that game.
Whatever happened, he's alive.
But why come back now?
I'm always off put by Square sort of anime eyes on skin pores.
I don't know, I think it looks good.
Well, now, think we woke it up.
I've always been a fan of the look.
It's the combination of like, well, we're going to have the imperfections that you would expect skin to have, but we're still going to give them the wildest freaking hair you can imagine. We're still going to give them cosplay hair.
Like, I don't know, I think that the look effectively kind of manages to merge sort of the anime fantasy-ish look that you'd expect with a more realistic style. But
I mean, I'm not completely put off by it, but it's still weird. Some characters can pull it off better than others. I think the female characters with massive eyes, works a little bit less well.
That she can peer inside you into the very
Like Tifa. Like Tifa has giant honking eyes.
I remember when this
And
guy
only
announced,
eyes. I'm only going to say eyes.
I remember when this guy announced like a decade ago, and like I got into arguments with people over them complaining about it being episodic, and I'm like saying no, it's not going to be episodic. They're saying it's going to take place over the course of multiple full games, and lo and behold, like this ends up like basically being this massive, really successful
on 2 discs. They
remake
felt
of
the need to announce it's gonna be on 2 discs. How? What?
How?
What?
Nomura-san, thank you so much.
How many assets are going to be on that? So
why doesn't anyone ever just, I don't know, compress things anymore?
Okay, be real with me, Knuckles. Be real with me. By the time we get done with this game, is it going to have the same number of discs as the original PlayStation 1 game?
I mean, the original PlayStation 1 game was 4 discs, and this is up to 3.
Are we going to have more discs than the original PlayStation 1 game? Because we have not yet accounted for the, like, what is it, the Yuffie mini chapter or something. I'm guessing that's the end.
Yeah, it looks like the end.
So.
Well, okay, this was neater.
Yeah, basically it met my expectations. I wasn't expecting any, like, honestly, I wasn't even expecting something on the level of, that Final Fantasy announcement. I was kind of thinking Final Fantasy, because Square's been doing this really stupid social media thing where they're online, where they're basically doing it as a question and answer format where it's like, when can I find out more information about Final Fantasy VII? I forget the subtitle. And it came down to, like, oh, find out more soon. And I thought they were absolutely BSing it. But there we go. I don't know. Yeah. So Sonic Superstars. Do we want to talk about it more, or do we want to take a break and maybe come back at, I don't know, 8 p.m. tonight after the dust has settled?
I think I need to eat. I skipped lunch to take my parents' cat to the vet, and then I didn't eat when I got back, and so I'm gonna need to eat something. So yeah, I think we should end it here and come back later for Cuphead, and we should come back later for to discuss this more fully with, I guess it's going to be an emergency Sonic Talk podcast.
We're going to have some form of emergency. So here we go. I've heard the best statement for this over on Nintendo World Report Discord. Discord. Well, that was whelming. I think that's the proper word.
But at least it wasn't underwhelming like last year. I will give them that.
Yeah,
it
basically.
was better than last year.
Yeah. There were things in there that I was interested in. Beyond just Sonic. But yeah. Yeah, I think the next major thing for me is definitely going to be whatever is going to be at the Cozy Direct. That's going to be my next
me,
major.
I'm just looking forward to the Xbox Direct. Okay. I'm at least going to watch that. I don't know if I'm looking forward to it.
I'd like to know if they have games.
I'm just going to ignore Capcom because last year they didn't have anything.
Okay, I mean, we kind of know what Capcom's going to have. They already announced. Okay. Here's my question: were you around for Robot Ryu in Exoprimal?
I guess not. No,
okay,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you remember Exoprimal?
That sounds vaguely familiar, but no.
Exoprimal is the team-based shooter.
Wait, with the dinosaurs?
With the dinosaurs, where it was just raining dinosaurs from the sky.
Yeah.
So they announced crossover content with Street Fighter, where you will be robotic Ryu with a gun shooting dinosaurs.
Huh.
Also, Robot Guile will be there too, shooting dinosaurs.
I think he's making new Dino Crisis already.
I don't know what to make of it. It was very confusing.
This game kind of reminds me of Earth Defense, that series.
Yeah, it kind of has that vibe, doesn't it? With hey, this is absolutely nonsensically ridiculous. Let's just throw giant things at you. But so over on Day of the Devs, I will point out that there is another Pokemon-like going on. It appears to be volleyball based. So, I don't know. It's cool looking. I'll quickly show it on screen here. I like the look of this. I don't know what to make of it, but cool. Yeah. We're not gonna cover every single thing going on here, and I appreciate everyone who actually stuck around to watch what we were doing here. But
what the heck you put on screen? Looks like volleyball Pokemon.
Yeah, it's a game being announced by Day of the Devs. It's coming from the makers of Chicory and Wandersong. So yeah, I like both of those games. I would like to play a Pokemon like where Pokemon play volleyball. I'm into whatever that is. It looked a lot more interesting than some of the games that I saw on Keely's thing. So, yeah. Hey, we will be back probably later tonight and talk as in-depth as we reasonably can for Sonic Superstars, Sonic All-Stars 16-bit transformed, Sonic Megastars, Sonic I'm a Star Now, Sonic Starman, whatever it's called. We'll be back, people. Bye.
All right, see you later.
How do I end streams again? Streams are over.